Alright, welcome back to Journey through Eorzea. I'm your host, Guy with Hat. We beat Garuda after a long, drawn-out process. That episode was a little bit longer, so I just kind of was like, alright, we gotta go. And so I cut it. I think that one was just over an hour and a half. But, I think episode 16 was actually really, really good. But with that, let's figure out what Elfno has to say for a debrief and see where we're going next. Well, that was an experience I would rather not have again. Something has been troubling me, Tiberius. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage, when Garuda attempted to claim you as her own, I could have sworn I saw... but I'm sure I was mistaken. In times of great stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to be misread, even in the most inquiring mind. Forget I mentioned it. Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the primals closed until further notice. No beast tribe will dare summon their god so long as that weapon exists. Truly a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. It almost seems a shame to plot its destruction. Yeah, Ultimate Weapon's pretty good. It is past time that we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be a dishonor to the memory of those who fell there. We would have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. It's interesting you say that, because the thing I'm thinking of is, eventually we leave for Mordona. So, it's like, oh, leaving in disrepair. I mean, I guess technically they still own it, but I don't recall us ever going there again for anything. But, maybe I'm crazy. So, let's see if we can't... Oh, man, I don't remember which one's which. I'm going to say the Ruby Road Exchange, because I can't remember which one's which, because I'm bad at this. Yeah, I think the section leading up to Garuda was probably the most fun I've had so far. It got me to laugh and kind of I don't enjoy stuff, but there was a little bit of stakes here and there. I mean, it's not quite like a, cat girl Aura just floating their butt up a pike or whatever, but still. That's neither here nor there. So, let's go hit our favorite thing in this series. You know him and I know him. The hero of the hour. It's the Choco Porter. So yeah, I'll be interested to see, because here's the thing. I've forgotten a lot of the game. That's a given. I think that's pretty telling at this point. I remember bits and pieces here and there. But I straight up cannot remember the part between, hey, we beat Garuda, to, hey, we're going to storm the castrum with Sid and the whole thing. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. So, we're just going to work through it the best we can. I'm going to say, I know people don't like... Well, I don't know if I really want to spoil. I know I mentioned this in a prior episode, but I do kind of miss the earlier part. Someone actually fighting that? By golly, I think that is actually a real person. That is Miho Amor. Just killed that Hammerbeak. Good job, Miho Amor. But no, it's I kind of miss the old one where you'd go in with 16 people or whatever. And you'd go in and do the whole thing. I mean, I understand they streamlined it, made it a little bit less clunky and weird, but there was a certain adventure of going into the base and doing this and that, but I know people are it's too long and this and that, but I'm just saying, me personally, this kind of just goes back to what I was talking about before. You have an idea, you have a design, you built it, it didn't quite work the way you wanted it to, and instead of retooling it and figuring out what would make it work, you just strip all of it out. Now, I'm not saying they did it 100%, because there's still some elements of that, right? You gotta go into the base and do the whole thing, but the whole approach to the base and kind of this whole thing, the alarms blaring, all that stuff is gone. And I just kind of think that's kind of a shame, It's not the worst thing ever. It's not bad. I just think it could be better, I was looking over the crab for a second. I was like, that's a really big crab, but I didn't notice that it was a fate. I was like, oh, that's why it's a really big crab. Although, I mean, I love the megalo crabs and everything else, but I think there's something that's like It's Cancer or something like that. It's a fate with a giant boss crab. I did that one once though, but I wouldn't mind doing that again. But I kind of touched on that when I said I wanted to go back and do all the things. Again though, back the tangent sort of. Those that know I tangent a lot. Now that we're here, it does bother me that we are still not going to rescue Minfillia, Tataru, and stuff. We're just kind of like, well, you know, Garuda's kind of a bigger deal, and I'm like, I don't know about that, man. Like, Garuda was kind of just doing her own thing, and now we're just in a dark, dank, like, yeah, all right, whatever. Let's just get on with it. Tell me, Tiberius, does aught that here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have more trespassers? Mayhap it is my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. I mean, I didn't see any evidence of that. Maybe I missed something. It's like a sleeping bag on the floor or something. Wait. Calm down, guys. Let's not just open this door, right? Who goes there? It's Ida. Now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? Alphino, Tiberius. Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I could have used a sound effect. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been. This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was when I came back, and then I saw Ida. The church had been taking care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to, you know, where to start. If Y'shtola hadn't been here to help me. Y'shtola's here too? Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Ul'dah to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalymo and Minfillia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere. You're not wrong. That's what I'm saying. What, we just assume they died? You didn't see their dead body anywhere. You didn't do anything. It's like, oh yeah. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires, knowledge of another power that might be brought to bear against the primals. One of Gaius has yet to harness. I love that my hat's in the way. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, and as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his elegant weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfillia to gain an understanding of the Echo, none of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. Well, ask anybody. Seems like half the people I talk to know about it. They say it's secret, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know, maybe I'm just misreading it. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? What? Oh yes, of course, whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest. Oh, it's nappy time. Everyone needs a seepy seep. Apparently I'm included. Oh.
Feel.
It's a little dirty waking me up like that. I could have just slept, you know. I would have been fine.
Bringer of light. Brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright.
Sure, big crystal lady.
I am Hydaelyn, all made one.
Isn't that the tagline for the Phyrexian thing from Magic the Gathering?
For the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always.
In fairness, Final Fantasy XIV was out
The
first,
crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
I'll be honest, like, the crystal power is pretty cool and all, but, like, I don't know. I don't get, like, a direct, like, vibe from that, but, you know, what do I know? Y'shtola! Tiberius, I see you and Elfinor are safe. And Cid. That we five should meet each other on thus defies simple explanation. If it is as if the benevolent hand of Master Louisoix guides us still. He would not want us undone so easily, not now, when the need is so great. I know where Minfillia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold at the heart of Mordonum, Castrum Sentry. I can't remember what the name of the Castrum is, I just know it's Castrum. But what is Castrum Meridanum or whatever? That's the only one I ever remember. I like that we're finally getting around to this. Like, finally. But, you know, hey, whatever. You know, you guys have been here for a while. Just as a note. I want to be a little bit of a snark here for a second. You guys have been here for a while. One, I don't know why these benches and stuff are moved, but let's just do that. You couldn't, like, put the benches back, pick up the potted plant that got tipped over, you know? This one over here's tipped over. We couldn't do that. No, we can't do that. We have to sit there, so whatever. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Tiberius. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now the castrum sentry houses prisoners for whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Corthus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. You know, you mentioned, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure we met that guy not that long ago. Because I kind of remember, I remember House Durandare, but I don't remember who Portelaine is, but that name sounds familiar. I know I've got like a brain like Swiss cheese, I just don't remember stuff. Hang on, let's just instant transmission here. But no, the reason I say it is because like I'm like, Portelaine, was that the main guy we talked to at the very end? Because we were like, I feel bad because like it was not that long ago that we were here, and I'm already like, wait, what? Which way was it? And I'm already going in circles. But no, I mean it like I sit there and I think about why are you doing like gold like weaving or whatever that is like in the middle of this road. Anyway, why is he getting attacked? You know, I don't even want to know. I don't know. I don't care. Not a big deal. Goodbye. Look, Kawhi. Is Kawhi getting absolutely spanked? Hang on. Oh, he might be. Alright, okay. I was about to like drop out over there and help him out, but. Oh wait, are they doing the fate? Oh man. Alright. Trying to one-man this. I'll do a backflip and then we'll do it. Alright, I know we're getting distracted. I know I'm a bad person. We're getting distracted. But I've been that guy who does a fate by myself. Let's see if we can help Kawhi out. It won't take that long. But no, I feel bad that I like have already forgotten like where I'm going and what I'm doing. I know I'm going over there, whatever. But oh, it's a blue mage. Oh, I don't know if that's better or worse. I'm trying to help with this, but I don't need to. Oh well. Can't be as bad as the Battle of Big Bridge or whatever. It doesn't matter. Trying to let him finish it off, but it's taking too long. Like, do I need to do this? No, but I don't think it'll move up the rest of the way of the road unless you do that, right? Alright. Is that the last one? That was not the last one. I don't need to do this, but I'm choosing to do this. Blue Mage feels like such a weird thing. It's like a detour for no reason. Alright, now I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna move on for no reason. Anyway, as I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself, no, it's just like there's so many weird names that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bank on it. I think that Portalane. I'm gonna trust my brain for a second. I believe that Portalane is the dude who was in the tower that we had to convince. No, that was the other guy. No, I'm thinking of the other one. This is the main guy, the guy at the top of the tower that we had, the old guy, I think, right? I was thinking. I see. I'm already messing up. I already thought it was the other guy. All right. Well, let's go find Portalane and assume we remember who he was. Is this guy? Oh my gosh, it's the red-headed guy. Okay. Ah, Tiberius, the man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what I owe the pleasure of your company. You are an associate of Y'shtola? But of course, Lord Drillamont confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Well, just go and tell everybody, why don't you? Castrum Sentry. What interest will you have with all the Imperial? What interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see, might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Elysian man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male, 1 female. It's them. It has to be Minfillia, Eorzea, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, then you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Corythus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadin and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. Oh my gosh, it's Wedge and Biggs. What did you say? A Rogadin and a Lalafell, Master Garlon. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape? We must find them, Tiberius, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they have captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that we will admit to some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after our prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow scions prisoners in hope of understanding the Echo, it would seem reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such a time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portalane said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. I'm not saying it never happens, but I can't remember a single time he ever wears those goggles and actually uses them. Oh, I bet we have to do Cape Westwind before too much longer. We have to, well, or they remove that. We have to fight the big guy. You used to have to do it was like a trial, and they put a ton of people in there, and you'd burn him down before the first limit gauge was even ready. I don't even know if that's still in the game anymore. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the accumulation of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord. Rest assured, our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Okay. Ritatin? Okay. Ritatin. You depart for Castum Ostadens at midnight. You will command the western front in Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet forgive my impudence, but it is proper to give command of half our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters, 1 hour. Well, sounds a little suggestive there, buddy. You think they do it with the armor still on? Just you know, a little bit of a degenerate question. Just like all the armor all the time. I know Gaius never takes the armor off until he finally gets betrayed for the final time. He stood up and then sat back down. That is interesting. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abelathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of Imperial airships emergency landing came to us by the way of Desmiel Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Briselt, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. So we're gonna do Desmiel Darkhold? I completely forgot about Desmiel Darkhold. But that's probably because I wasn't paying attention, so... Did I need to do that? No. Did I do it anyway? Absolutely. Is that a fancy thing? Is that like a thing you have to fight? Oh, it is. It's like a hunting log thing. I'll be a scumbag and attack it. Let's go. You know, should be here. Yelmir should be here. I think the thing that's a dungeon boss later on. Yeah, probably a minute. But hey, I got another achievement! Let's go! Got some tomestones of mathematics and everything, wow. Oh, I missed the person I was supposed to talk to. Whoops. I was too busy being hyped up about my achievement. My bad. You stand before Desmiel Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. Here you go. A letter from Lord Portalain? So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched down when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have been since seen sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are likely to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near Aurum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Pierre Mons. he should be able to assist you. So maybe we're doing Autumn Vale instead. I don't know, man. They're baiting me, man. They're baiting me. They make me think they're going to do one thing and then we're doing another thing. Can't be as bad as the other one where I thought we were going to do that one dungeon and then we just like didn't do that dungeon at all. All right, where are we going here? I need to get to where we're going. Need to keep having my robot keep changing. All right, let's see. Where does the map say we're going? Oh, we're just going that way. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Is Autumn Vale in this part of the map? I do not. You know, it turns out I don't remember where Autumn Vale is. I just kind of assumed Autumn Vale was somewhere, but like I don't know. But he's right next to the entrance, so I'm assuming we're doing Autumn Vale. The Imperial airship, I saw it approach to land with mine own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take off to the skies again, but not before it had developed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. Alright. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans were deployed, formed a search parties, and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post, to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you'll be able to follow the prints to their owners. See, they did it. We're right at the door to Autumn Vale, I'm assuming. Let's see. Yeah, it's Autumn Vale, but we're not going inside. Okay. Alright, let's just go. Let's go see some footprints. What we got? I see a tiny set of footprints. I don't see a big one, though. But, you know. Maybe if the survive bar goes up really slow, we'll finally see the big footprints. Following footprints like Scooby-Doo. Do. Man, I gotta say, the bar going up super slow, way more riveting than if it had gone like at a modest pace. I'm really glad that we can watch like 20 feet and then like slowly have a bar go up. And sometimes I swear this bar goes up even slower than it did before. I know it probably didn't, but it seems like it did. Okay, I'm having like a memory. Alright, I see the thing through there, but I think I remember this. I think I remember this from way back, finding him underneath the bridge. Yeah, okay. I wonder if it would have been there if I had run ahead. Probably not. Brr, so cold. I want to go home. Okay, that's why there was only one thing of footprints, I guess. Blah, please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Huh? Tiberius, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell-bent on evading them, I almost ran headlong into Master's gaping maw thrice. Oh, monsters. I thought it said masters. My bad. Monster's gaping maw thrice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. But Biggs, he isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Matter of fact, I have. Tracked down Wedge? That's wonderful news. Now what of Biggs? Nah, dog. I see. Well, it hardly surprises me that big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taken care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the dark hold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know that for a fact that Biggs headed west. Both Ida and Nishola helped me out. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called? Let us meet there. Dare I hope, was that Master Garland you spoke with? Oh yeah, by the way, found him a while back. Sniff, after 5 long years. Sup, thank you, he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Tiberius. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. You got it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right now. To Monument Tower. Mjolnir. It's you and me, buddy. Let's go. You know, part of me, I was thinking about making him green, but if I make him green, his red helmet, or his green helmet won't stay there. Maybe I'll just make it so that he just, like, wears the green helmet, and that's, like, him being, like, Spartan-y, or whatever. I'm just gonna stick with that motif, so to speak. Ishgardian Pilgrim. Sorry, Ishgardian Pilgrim, I don't have time for you. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. That's nice of her. How are you feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. No, she's chill. Got an interesting hat going on with that thing, but I'm just saying this. This hat is a choice. It's not bad. It's got like hotter ears in it. Alright. Let's see. So, Wedge. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think of Biggs is still out there all alone in the cold with the Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Tiberius, but you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he could be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. You know? Yes, no problem. Alright, let's see what you got to say. A Rogadian gentleman dressed in nearly the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth your while to investigate. I make the suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. Yeah, he's not wrong. Why would you bring it here if the Garleans chase in there that could kill people? If that's like not your goal of what you're looking to do, then probably not what you want to be doing. Is it this way? Oh, I see there's like a path here. I've just never remembered any of this, so... Whoa, okay. I straight up don't remember this cave at all. You'd think I'd remember something like giant and blue. But, I mean, it's neat looking, but I don't remember it at all. Suddenly, revenants. Oh, I got my thing set to... I have a bad habit of, like, accidentally giving, like, backflips to enemies. And then, like, when I'm really pushed, I, like, start backflipping repeatedly toward enemies. And as you can imagine, that doesn't go as well as you'd hope. So... at least I got my chocobo. Tiberius, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area? Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? We can't give up, Tiberius. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold and is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me, and anyone who will listen. And hurry, Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. Alright, well, I'll assume that they're up above, since there's only that lady down here. Up we go. I love making you walk up like a lot of stairs in this. Get up here again, just like, just teasing me. Like, oh, we got to a plateau. Who am I talking to? No one. All right, what we got here? We got Ignace. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found anywhere around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, you must travel through Dinifin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the northeast of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I nearly broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Oh, that's kind of amusing when they say that. Alright. Oh, you mean like this? Okay. I'm almost as good as Master Chief. Alright, let's go. Alright, well, I don't think that's Biggs, but there's the thing, there's Stola, so let's help out Stola and Ida. Things I was not expecting, but that was a Garlean, so might be on the right path then. Oh, he is there, I just didn't see him. Our orders to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? It's almost like she's mocking him, like he's doing the thing, and so I'm gonna do the thing. Ah, Tiberius, it is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me! They're all doing it. They're all doing the monk thing. He's not alone. Kill them all. They're getting owned. Oh, that's probably poison. Oh, suddenly a lot more dudes showed up. I don't know why, I just felt the need to poison him again. Hiya. Oh, there's some more robots, dude? Come on. I'm mad, I'm just disappointed. Alright. Well, we'll just drop these nerds and be on our way, I think. Unless, of course, I'm paralyzed and stunned like I am right now. I can't do anything. Please get him off me. Thank you. Can't believe this kind of nefarious ne'er-do-well behavior. Fatherless behavior going on over here. Here I'm gonna spam the button and it's like they're dead. My thanks. Another moment and I would have, ugh. He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Oh, we gotta do it at the tower. We can go to the tower. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Ida and I shall bear with him there all the way with haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. And now I have to walk my happy self back there. Which is why we're going to take turtle power. If anyone's ever listened to Vanilla Ice, you know about turtle power. I wonder how much longer part 4 is. Like I said before, part 3 was so short that I'm thinking well, how long can part 4 be really? Or does part 4 go all the way up to the end of going through the castrum and everything? How you gonna cry with them goggles on, man? I cannot thank you so enough, Tiberius, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes, but it's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Tiberius. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Suddenly. Biggs, Wedge. God, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's really you. In our hearts we knew that you were still alive, but to finally see you again in the flesh... When Elfino told me that the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have been asked the same question. That day I returned to the carnage of the Waking Sands, I noted not a mist from in horizon. Nothing at all suggests the passing of an Imperial force. From this I conclude that the Garleans came out neither by land or by air. Nay, they were born there by the potent teleportation magics of the kind used by the Ascians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfillia and the others were taken elsewhere. That is when last heard from them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but it was probably moons, or maybe only weeks, and then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us, put us on another vessel, which found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we wouldn't like to leave again. So risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control, and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of our ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. Ha, if I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs' handiwork, like as not. You were always resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Tiberius, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfillia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. So we're just gonna go... Well, probably not gonna go. We need more intelligence or whatever. Hurrah! Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfillia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Well, yeah. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say that being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convene at the Revenant's Toll in Mordona. 'Tis a good place as any to prepare, and better than most. Road leading east then south will get you there. When you arrive, let us seek the advice of local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. I want to see what she says. You have done well to brave the frozen wilderness, adventurer. Stay a while and be warm. Now I would, but I got places be. Alright, so I should be able to get to Mordona from here like he was saying. Let's take a look at that there map. Is it right down there? Yeah, it's right down there, so just right... Hop, skip, and a jump, as they say. Yeah, I'm not saying I never go to Mordona, but I feel like I haven't been there in a while. But realistically, it probably actually hasn't been that long. So... we'll get there when we get there. I just realized, I was thinking, well, oh yeah, we're getting part 4, and if we get close to part 5, and blah blah blah. And then I thought, oh, I also have to do the tangent of doing New Game Plus on the Crystal Tower. Because if I don't do that in like Circus Tower, a lot of stuff's not going to make sense later. Like, as a retelling. Also, like, the whole thing with Grahati and everything, I don't remember, like, any of that. Like, just straight up. I just can't believe they blocked this with dungeons we didn't do. That's just like, what? And I'm guessing those are optional dungeons, and I just don't remember them being optional dungeons. Oh my gosh. The 9 Craftsman Cunning Materia 4 I put up for sale was sold for 6,832 gil. Dude, I'm rolling in money now. Let's go. I vaguely remember this guy. Well met, friend. What brings you Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held at Castrum Sentry, and do you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The Stronghold has been in higher alert of late, with armored patrols seen at the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Minfillia and the others. We must act with the greatest... Oh, this is where I gotta, like, put on, like, Garlean garb and pretend or whatever and walk around and talk to people. Aye, it has to be a good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to make the smuggle ourselves in? Why, I've a mind to walk through the front door. The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. It's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow that equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. Yeah, I kind of remember this. I remember doing this a long, long time ago. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Glaumont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a great deal about Castrum Sentry besides. I've no doubt that he'd want to be of aid. Ida and I shall reconnoiter Garlean activity in the Stronghold. It would not do so if something were to befall our comrades before we had a chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Tiberius. Let's do this. I want to go steal some people's clothes. I sometimes wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you're not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused, Y'shtola, and we're beginning to remind me of Papalymo. Alright, let's go... Gotta talk to another guy with a French-sounding name. Might not be Glaumont. Not that guy, this guy. Looking for Glaumont, are you? You found him, whoever you are. Huh? You're looking to get inside of Castrum Sentry and you need my help? Huh. Something tells me we're gonna get along just fine. Alright, this guy's cool. This guy... Oh, I pushed the wrong button. So you have friends of Castrum Sentry want for escape. That Slathborn knows me too well, and you can count on my help. If you got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on an opportunity to get back at the Whoresons, enough about me, let's talk strategy. Sorry, my phone just thought I said her name. Rescuing folk from captivity is right delicate business. A single oversight, just a little blunder. and it's all over. You can leave any room uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm beyond the shadow of a doubt that your friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left. That's called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the Marlboros, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes coming down the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, you might as well eavesdrop on some of what's happening. Once you know for certain your friends are there, we'll move the next stage of the operation. Now get going and Godspeed. Alright. Well, I believe that's this way. Alright. Well, alright. Back from my brief break. Oh, Mjolnir's gone. You know what? We're getting Mjolnir back. Mjolnir can take us for next to the destination as an apology for for allowing him to despawn, for not giving him enough gashel greens. Yep, frogs can't grab me. Too swole. But yeah, I'm really doing something. I don't know if it has anything to do with MSQ with this crystal and like running around and scanning it, or like doing like little inspections. But they might not do that. I don't know. So. Either way, we're hot on the trail. We're trying to get into the cast room. We're going to find a way to do that. If my name isn't Tiberius Fox, a.k.a. Man with Hat, so... I have no idea if I'm going the right way. We're going to find out. Not gonna lie, if I do go the wrong way, I am, in fact, tempted to fly. But apparently I got it, so... Feels good, .jpg. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Good day, sirs. Oh, I missed one. Yeet. Alright, now I feel cool. Alright. Back on the case. The faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She may as well be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. Thalazin gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only about gibberish. Can't really argue with that. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfillia woman? They say she possesses some mystical power, something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power, like the kind the beastmen use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If they're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well try to tumble her. I like my head where it is. Thank you very much. Our break is over. We'll best get back to our stations. Alright. The footfall grows fainter until all is silent. Question is, why? Oh, I was like, what is going on? Oh my gosh, there's a bard under the floor? Fake news bards are fake news? Alright. Let's go. Okay, so we've established that Minfillia is in fact there, as is Eorzea. Don't know about Tataru and Papalimo, but unless I missed something, I could have. But we'll get back and tell people that we know that they're there, so. I know at one point we go down in there with the little robot thing, but I don't remember when that is. I know it's probably soon, but we'll figure it out when we get there, I guess. "'Tis good to see you again, Tiberius. I'm given to understand you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what have you were able to learn?" "So Minfillia and the others are indeed at Castrum Sentry. Their presence confirmed, we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Cid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him." Good work, Tiberius. As Alphinoa has already told you, we've plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Glaumont is looking into ways to procure a suit of magic armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance for the preparation of my own. Minfillia and the others are counting on us, Tiberius. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. We've been doing that for, like, God knows how long at this point. While Glaumont goes about devising his plan, we need see to some preparation of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that they're short on an armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device. The explanation is like to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Radio? They just use radio. Simply put, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the selfsame energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely place on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. Is this the thing I was just talking about with scanning that thing? And it looks like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember doing this, you know, however many years ago. But I did not expect this to be the very next quest. Is doing this thing with the crystals. I always thought this thing was kind of cool. It's like, kind of like, you know, there used to be a thing, there's like flags in it and stuff still. But, let's go ahead and hit it up. Hiya! Alright. Let's see. Prime location. Double hiya. I think there's another one like up this thing, kind of. But yeah, like this whole thing where I can climb up this, and there's like a little hut up here, and everything. If I was a weird guy, I would like come here. If I was like just wanted to have a fort, I would come hang out in this abandoned thing. But oh, there is one here. Okay, cool. All right. But yeah, I don't know. I just like the aesthetic of this thing. Is that an actual person over there, or is that another person on the floor? It's another person in the floor. I can't even target them. It's list something earlier. I don't know how they're not list something other. Hang on. List Raj. I don't know. Weird. Tempted to report them because they're clearly cheating, but I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it. Cheating, hacking, whatever. They're tainting my experience and I don't call for it. It's probably just like Chinese gold farmers anyway, so. Just write my chocobo. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I'm distracted by people in the floor. But they're untargetable, so. Alright, let's see what's up. You have the readings? Excellent. Here, let me see the numbers. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose, though I pray we won't need their power. My thanks, Tiberius. Okay. No. Alright, wait a minute. Oh, I love it when it just doesn't tell me who I'm supposed to talk to next, and they're not right there, so it's like I gotta like go and find them. Clean the wax out of your ears now, because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. The plan is to have you enter Custom Sentry all decked out in Imperial duds, but a disguise is more than just clothes and wearing. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know something about performing conventional Imperial salute. Dude, I've been doing Imperial salute for like 10 years. First impressions are everything, they say. I could teach you to salute myself, of course, but it's best you learn it from the experts. So get yourself near and dare to Castrum Sentry and watch the Imperials doing what they do. Alright. Well, let's go and find out what we're doing with that, I guess. I was like, wait, what? Oh, these are the people that do the... I'm trying to think. I think those are the gunbreaker teachers or whatever. I get easily distracted in that way. Yeah, I don't know what benefit they have to going in the floor. The only thing I can think of is that, like, they can streamline attacking things because they can't be attacked back or something. And so they can get farther in or something. I don't know. I'm just confused as to what's the ultimate point, but, you know, hey, whatever. Oh no, Korhert Decurion. Alright. Sorry, Decurion, you didn't stand a chance. I wonder if I stand out with this fantastic hat. Nothing to report, sir. We have received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend that patrols be increased. I wonder if that style of sword is actually practical, where it's kind of bowed. There we go, we got it. He's here again. I know he's into the floor. He's attacking everything. I hate that guy. Sowing confusion and discord. Oh, there we go. Got around it. Cool. Alright, so we go back and tell him, hey, I watched some dudes do a thing. This just straight up is busy work. Like, hey, I could just teach you how to do the thing right now, but why don't I just have you go watch some dudes do it? Attack a couple of guys for no reason and then come back. That's a great reason to do this. Like, I wonder what did this always look like this? What was this like before they do it? I mean, original 1.0 looked very different. Where, like, you see some stuff and you're like, okay, I can see how that became a thing. But some of it's like, what? I also like they should make, like, a background, like I don't know, a prequel type thing, which, I mean, 1.0 was a prequel, but, like, give some story beats from 1.0 so you actually understand what's going on and why it was important, but they're never going to do that, and it doesn't matter. So, did you manage to learn the Imperial Salute? No. Best you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into a rage and crack skulls. I just take your word for it. You have learned the Imperial Salute. Alright. You are called Tiberius Fox, yes? I have heard of your plight from my friend Galamund. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea both, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Castrum Sentry, you and your comrades must disguise yourselves as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helms. There are places a man might purchase them, but the individuals who deal in such wares are not of the sort to whom you would entrust your secrets. It would be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means, from the bodies of their recently deceased owners. Alright, just murder them and take their stuff. The fortified area before the Castrum Sentry never lacks Imperial patrols. It ought not take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, 1 for each member of the infiltration team. Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. Pray tell, are you going to send me back out to go and do whatever? Sounds like a grand thing. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. This whole like haze thing from Mordona, I'm not really sure what it is, but it is unique looking. It's like oil on water in appearance sort of thing. But I'm just not sure like what's the point. Alright, so if you just head over there and just murder some centurions. Hiya. Hoo-ha. Chichikaha. Alright, oh, I gotta kill certain peeps, enough peeps. Is that enough of them? No, I gotta kill one more dude. There's not enough dudes. Why would you send me here to kill dudes when there's not enough dudes? I can't believe you've done this. I gotta wait. I didn't expect me to kill him that fast. I'm too swole. My power is maximum. Imagine that, like one guy comes up, kills all your guards outside the door, and you go, well, guess we just won't furnish any more guards. Wait, there's a guy, but I guess that guy doesn't count. Must be like a particular one. I don't know. Guess we'll see our dudes when they show up. Sit on this rock? Let's sit on this rock. And then as soon as I do it, there you go. Alright. I am not fighting you right now, I'm busy. I gotta go back to Sark Malark, which is also, that's a choice for a name. Mjolnir, are you gonna be fighting? Don't fight Mjolnir. We must get back to the place as soon as possible. Times like this, I wish I had a Choco Porter, you know what I mean? Alright, let's see what this dude has to say. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? Damaged, as I had expected. In their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are like to draw suspicion. They must be repaired, if only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith Eganolf at the Diamond Forge in Rena's House of Splendors should be able to hammer them into shape in no time. I've already sent word ahead and have assured them that he is expecting you. Worry not, we have already impressed upon him the need for utmost secrecy as to the nature of the mission. Dude Darksteel, that's a cool name. You know what? Let's drop in and see how my... Oh, I can't... I always forget you can't talk to your thing in New Game Plus. Such is life, I guess. I haven't tried to do it that many times, but I tried to do it enough times to notice. What in the world? Is that Black Mage? White Mage? What is that? Black Mage, level 72. Okay. So you're a venturer of Sark Malark sent, are ye? I've been waiting for ye. Now, let's see what you've got for me. I see. Ah, yes. I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for ye. After all, I owe your friend Sark Malark a favor or two. Took good care of old Engolf back in the days before I fell in love with old Rowena, he did. You know, I was gonna give this guy a benefit of the doubt by not talking all like high, but then I realized he's got like weird hair and purple eye makeup, so I'm gonna stick with the high effeminate voice. Did you know he's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultanate? Wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life he did, but I suppose he always felt the adventurer's life calling him. But here I go blabbering on when there's work to be done. Just hold your horse birds for a moment or two and get the great Eganolf will have your gear looking good as new. And there we have it. Won't do you much good in battle, mind you, but from what I hear, that's not your priority anyhow. Do you send Sarkmalak my regards, Lily? I mean, he's like just outside in the plaza. I mean, you can go talk to him yourself if you really want to, but I mean, I can be your errand boy. I've played Animal Crossing. I know how this goes. And gotta tell me twice. Alright. Alrighty then. Have you had the uniforms and helms repaired? Yes, these will serve beautifully. The great Eganolf never fails to impress. The quality of these repairs would fool even a legatus. Legatus? Yeah. Thus equipped, you should not have any trouble blending in amongst Imperial forces. Lest you fear the Garleans might detect your foreignness, foreigners in the fact form the greater part of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea. You see, when the Empire subjugates a new territory, it assimilates the people of that land into its armed forces. In turn, these conscripted forces are sent to subjugate faraway lands. In this way, Garlemald nips rebellion in the bud and expands its territory in one fell stroke. With that, my part in your mission is done. I am full glad to have been an assistance in your cause. Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such a tale, but believe me when I say that I am but another humble adventurer, one who desires only to act in the best interests of the realm. Good work getting them Imperial duds. You'll be pleased to hear I ain't been idle myself. It took me long enough, but I've finally hatched a plan to get us in suit of Magitech armor. Now, from what I've seen, Castrum Sentry deploys a Reaper for most of its patrols. Trouble is, patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployments, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Revenant's Toll. So hoping to coax the Imperials out of their shells, I took the liberty of feeding them a bit of old false intelligence. Told them insurgents has designs on their stronghold. Tain't far from the truth now that I think of it. Any road, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up until now. What you need to do is dispatch one of those patrols approach one of those patrols dressed in your tiny, shiny tin suit and alert them to the enemy's presence. Having done that, you'll want to lure them as near Revenant's Toll as you can. Like as not, though, they'll be wary of venturing far from their own walls. If they do need a bit of extra encouragement, use the smoke signal here. Feel fresh from Imperial Scout. They'll come running when they see that. And when the cavalry arrives, you hit them hard and make them wish off with their Reaper. Simple as that. If I ain't mistaken, there's patrols sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along, and don't forget to salute. Why, yes. Of course. Alright, well, but however, before we get into that, before we go in and start infiltrating, I think that's where we're going to cut it for this one. So, next time, on the same time, same channel, we'll be infiltrating the Imperials so we can sneak into the Castrum and hopefully save our friends, finally. At which time, hopefully do that. So, in the meantime, till next time, and San Dimas High School football rules.